Hi everyone, I'm Anna, your cinephile host. Today let's talk about the movie Before We Go, a more realistic, sadder version of the fantasy about meeting that perfect someone by chance. Chris Evans, who many of you may know as Captain America, directed this movie. It's quite interesting to see how a man known for playing a superhero in epic action films takes to the small slice of life picture. The movie offers a few profound bits of life advice, and there are lessons to be learned through the hard work of time and experience. In their hours together, our main characters talk out what troubles them. Initially, both are guarded, secretive, and even prone to telling lies. By the end of the night, they are open and trusting. So, let's watch Before We Go, a cute movie with a big heart. The story follows Nick, a trumpeter playing at Grand Central Station for change, and Brooke, a woman who drops and breaks her phone while running past him on her way to a train to Boston that she misses. When he finds her standing outside the terminal, she confesses that she has just been robbed and is trapped in the city. He offers to pay for a cab to take her to Boston, but his debit card is declined and his credit card is expired. When he tries to call a friend to come loan him the money, he finds his phone has died. Nick offers to try to pay for a room for Brooke for the night, but she insists that she needs to reach Boston by morning. After some drunk man threatens her and Nick saves the day, she agrees to accept his help.
I'm sure that my husband will really appreciate your helping me, and it's incredibly generous of you.
You didn't have to do that.
What?
The husband thing.
Well, I didn't mean to distrust you. It's just you're being so nice.
Nice.
Nick decides to help Brooke find her missing purse. They're able to track it down to a sweatshop that deals in stolen purses. Nick heads inside to retrieve the purse, while Brooke uses a payphone to call her husband. After using the phone, she then gets a couple of police officers to investigate the building Nick is in. The sweatshop owners get spooked, punch Nick, and run out along with the bag. They then head for the wedding of a friend of Nick's, hoping to borrow money. Along the way, Nick and Brooke open up more about why they're in New York. Brooke had just sold a painting and was going to surprise her husband by coming home early. Nick has an audition for a band that he has wanted to play with for a while.
What we need is a time machine.
Well, we kind of have one. A few years ago, they turned all these public payphones into time machines. You pick one up, dial 1993, and a New Yorker would come on and tell you exactly what was happening on that corner 20 years ago. It's funny.
I don't even need to call that far back. I just need to call yesterday.
Well, let's try.
Over the next several hours, the two open up to each other about their lives. Nick reveals how sad and lonely he is. Brooke starts talking about her unhappy marriage, which she is afraid to leave despite the fact that her husband has cheated on her without knowing she knows and is likely continuing to cheat on her.
Why is it that any one decision always seems too small to be the biggest decision of your life?
I don't know. But sometimes you have to just make the choice and jump.
After their last attempt to get a bus to Boston fails for lack of funds, Brooke borrows a man's phone, calls a friend, and begs her to retrieve a letter she has left for her husband that she does not want him to read. They finally make it to Nick's friend's wedding, and Brooke agreed to pretend to be his girlfriend in front of his ex, Hannah. At the reception, Nick sees Hannah, but after being introduced to her new boyfriend, he leaves abruptly. Outside, Nick tells Brooke that this was the first time he had seen Hannah since she rejected his marriage proposal and broke up with him 6 years ago. At Brooke's insistence, Nick goes back to speak to Hannah and discovers that she's pregnant and that the relationship is truly over. Wandering around the city, the two find a psychic who is still open. After he reads her future, he allows Brooke to use his phone, and she learns her friend could not get into her home to retrieve the letter. At a restaurant, Nick tells Brooke that her husband will most likely understand that what he did was wrong and that if he doesn't, that's that. Brooke, worried about getting home before her husband, sneaks out the back of the restaurant and tries to hail a cab. Nick appears, frustrated that she tried to bail on him, and they argue about their relationships. They then go to Nick's friend's hotel room and take a break after their adventures. In the morning, they return to the train station where they are about to part. On her way home, Brooke finds a guest service paper that she and Nick filled out at the hotel. On the bottom, it says, "Turn over." After reading what was on the back, she smiles.
It's possible that you could meet somebody who's perfect for you, even though you're committed to somebody else.
No. No, because I think if you're committed to somebody, you don't allow yourself to find perfection in someone else.
You really want to know your future?
Maybe not.
You're a working musician until your lips fall off. You're revered. You have a
Maserati?
dog, functioning credit cards. Fall in love with a woman who deserves you. And she trusts you.
Well, if I ever got that lucky, I probably wouldn't plan on letting her down.
Before We Go is a dreamy New York fantasy best enjoyed by leaving your cynicism at the door. It also teaches an important lesson. Go ahead and be the Good Samaritan. Offer strangers assistance and help people in need. Give and expect nothing in return. Do it for karma. It might not always work, but it's a good character trait to have. The movie also provokes the moral dilemma of commitment, in that if you have it, you don't look for a new one. Can you find love twice? Can you love more than one person? If any of that happens, what do you do? Our characters both know they have to deal with their current life before moving on to the next thing. I'm your host, Anna, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can find more episodes and English learning materials on Funday website. Stay tuned.